Hey guys, it's Teresa Crane with Jeremiah Dreams. How are you all doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing great, that you had a great weekend and it's Sunday night. Tomorrow's Monday, but you know what? We are not going to dread it. We're not going to dread it. It's going to be a new start to a new week and we are going to make the best of it, right? We're going to have a fresh attitude and it's just going to be a great week. We're just going to speak it into existence, so to speak. So as you join, please say hello. Let me know you're here. And I am really, really needing to get a few unfinished projects done. I have, and the reason I get pulled off of them is different events go on, and there's just a lot of shaking and a baking over here. And um, I just have to put some things down and go to the next thing and then come back to it. And that is okay. So tonight I'm going to work on this coffee tray and I've been working on it for a while, but there's a lot of detail to it. But I'm really anxious to get it done and I love how it's shaping up, but it's just time for it to be done. So that's what I'm going to work on tonight. All right, so let's dive in. I've got to find my colors. I haven't pulled them out yet because I was wanting to hurry up and get on here with you guys. Let me move my little heat gun out of the way because I'm not going to need it tonight. So it's just in my way. You guys, when I get moved, I am going to try to have a little bit larger workspace so that, well, hi, Tracy. How are you, my friend? Thank you for joining me. I'm glad to see your name. You always bring a smile to my face when I see your name on there. But I've got to get some projects wrapped up. I've got the coffee tray to finish. I've got our little white house to finish. And I've got my desert scape that I need to finish too. So tonight we're going to work on this coffee tray because my coffee mugs are ready to get it back. They're just everywhere. Hi, Farina, my friend. How are you, girl? I am so glad to see you. Tell me, how was your weekend? And Tracy, if you're still here, your order should be coming to you any day now. I hope you got the notification that it shipped, and so you should have it very soon. I apologize for the delay. I had a little delay with my vendor on that, but that's how it goes sometimes. Okay, so tonight I really need to work on some of these salmon roses and get them done. Um, I'm just ready to get this done. It seems it's just one of those projects that seems to go on forever. So we're going to knock it out. Okay, let me get my little palette here. Now that I have my brushes washed, I thought I had washed them, but I guess I was so tired the other night. I just kind of stuck them in the water. After I did rinse them with soap. I always have two jars. I've shared with you guys before. I have one jar of water that has the soap in it, and another jar of water that's just clean water that I want to use to just do a good rinse. So let me get my salmon colors out. Little wet wipes on the other side. And this is one, Coral Cove is one of my favorites. Then this is Bright Salmon. I love it. And then I got one that's just a little bit lighter. Nope, that's the same one. What was I saying? What is this other one? Well, they're the same. I guess over here in the shadows it's playing tricks on me. Oh, and outdoors. Oh, how neat. Oh, Raina. I hope you guys took some wonderful pictures. I bet that was gorgeous. Okay, so we are going to use some bright salmon and some Coral Cove. I'm going to stick these extra bottles to the back, making sure I'm picking up. It's hard to tell sometimes. I bet this one's the new bottle. So I'll stick it toward the back. All right, let me get some out on my palette. And I'll put it right here where y'all can kind of see what's going on. And I always want to have my highlight, my shade colors on my palette as well. There's a little bit of dried paint on here, so let me get that off. Now, with Coral Cove, I have learned, or the salmon colors, I've learned that instead of black for doing some of the shadow work, brown is a much better color. So this is earth brown. I'm going to use this where I would normally use black to create a shade color. And then let me get my white going. I'm about to get to the end. Whoops, I had a little flake get in my brown there. I might have to get it out. So what's on? Oh, Lisa, how are you, my friend? I am so glad to see you. When are you moving to Kentucky? Tell me. because I sure would like to see you before I move to Alabama. But what are your plans, girl? So what else do y'all know? Oh, I do have questions for y'all. I always have questions for y'all. So I'm getting ready to start into a bunch of fall stuff. And because I'm concerned about overdoing pumpkins and the typical stuff, tell me your favorite August 2nd. Oh, girl, it's right around the corner. Right. No, August 21st. I thought the one was an exclamation point because I have bifocals and I have to do this sometimes. Anyway, so tell me, what are your favorite things about fall? Um, when you're using decor in your home, if there was something different that you would like to incorporate into your home decor, what would that be? I would love to know that because I would like to try to do that. Um, we're seeing a lot of pumpkins right now, and I love pumpkins. So we're definitely going to have those in our decor. We're definitely going to have some leaves. I tell you what I have in mind. I'll share this with you. I was thinking of doing a painting of like the maple trees, how they turn colors in the fall, and some kind of a scene. And we have a pond at my house. I have a feeling that pond, it's not my house, it's my sister's house, but it's on our family farm. And that pond needs to be in that scene with um, the maple tree colors and then a beautiful sunset in behind it. That just speaks to me. When am I moving to Alabama? I don't know. Um, the estimated closing date right now is set for December 4th. However, I was told that that could be contingent on windows and doors arriving and being installed. Well, my daughter went over there today. I have windows and doors. So the short version is I don't know when I'm moving. And the long version is it'll be when it'll be, and that could feel like forever. You know how that is. But I've got to get my house sold. I hope to have it on the market this week. We'll see how that goes. See what my realtor says about that. I'm going to go ahead and flip my screen here so you guys can see up close and personal. So let me move this. That's kind of where we are right now with this tray. And I love the different colors of leaves here. I've kind of got them started in some other areas, but I'm going to try to focus on finishing up these flowers, especially this one right here. Let me get I'm going to try using this round brush first. See how I feel about that. Um, so I don't know. I wish I did. It would make life much easier if I did know. Okay, let me think here. Let me just start with some white. I probably need to thin it a little bit. And I probably got too much water on my brush. So and I like using thinner paint because it just affects the flow of the paint better, especially when you're trying to blend colors. It's not quite as thick. It's just a little more manageable. So I'm just going to kind of go along through here. And then I'm going to get a dry flat brush. Where's the one I like to use? Right here. I'm just going to pull this paint in toward the center of the petal. And sometimes you got to kind of work it because it dries quickly because it is thin. So have you guys started decorating for fall, or kind of where are you in the fall? You know, I'm hearing a lot of buzz in the community, creative community, about beginning to decorate and sell fall items. And I'm just curious, kind of where are you guys at in the process? Y'all, I've been cleaning out my house, trying to get ready to move. Oh goodness, I have 23 years of stuff to clean out. Oh, girl, I love this red one too. It's so deep. It's just really deep. Oh, thank you, Lisa. You're off to bed. You have to work tomorrow. Oh, bless your heart. Good night, Lisa. Thank you for popping on. It's good to see you, girl. I know. I love that red one. And it's one of those situations where it kind of just happens. You can't really explain it. So I'm going through here, getting my highlights in. And I'm kind of scrubbing it in because I don't want it to be a prominent line. Got a little more paint right there than I intended, but that's okay. We'll work it out. And then right where I have these brown lines, I'm going to go through it and add more white right on the other side of it. I love flowers that are multicolored. I've been looking at a lot of landscape ideas for when I move and trying to think about what I would like to do. And I went to someone's house the other night and they had a fenced in backyard, the wood fence, and they had the most beautiful landscaping all the way around that fencing. I mean, there was not a vacant spot, but y'all, and she has intentionally planted flowers that bloom offset of each other so that there's always blooming happening. And I thought, oh, I love that. I want to try to do something like that. Some people just have that green thumb knack, and I don't. I have to really work at it, and then it's not always successful. I sure do love it. Miss Shanna Cook, that's in our creatives community, she does the Contain It with something, Frame It and Contain It is her page, and she's got that knack. I love watching her. Scrubbing in these highlights, and I'm gonna go back in and tone down the centers of these petals. Oh, Rena, I know what you mean, girl. I know. But I guess what I want to know is if what speaks to you about fall. I know we always talk about the pumpkins. What is kind of a different kind of thing? Something else I think about. I think I've shared this with y'all before. When I was growing up, my granddaddy had made his own cider mill. I mean, from the bare bones, and um, it was just a small cider press, I guess you'd call it. And I always think about that. I think about dried apples. I think about fall festivals at schools back in the day when we had those kinds of events, and they were a lot different back then than they are now. Um, the cakewalks that we would have, and I don't know that they have cakewalks anymore. That was always one of the highlights. And the moms, the room mothers would always donate different cakes, and now I don't think they can do that stuff as much anymore, and that's sad because that was just something we always look forward to. What are your memories growing up of fall and school? Because we're heading in back to school. I can't even believe it. And I think our students around here begin this next Friday is their first day back. I have a little 6-year old great niece, and she'll be starting back. And then her mommy, my niece, works with the school system. She's not a teacher, but she does works with one of the grants or something. I can't remember now what she said it's called. Okay, I've got this kind of roughed in. So now I want to go pick up some of that salmon. I'm rinsing in my dishwashing soap jar. So I'm be sure to get all that paint off. I'm going to pick up a little bit of water on my brush, and I want to thin down this salmon. Can you see okay? Somehow I got a shadow. I think I need to raise up this other light somehow, but I don't know how because of the way it's made. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do the same process. I've got some new brushes ordered that are detail brushes, and I'm really excited about them. Trying to soften that line right through there, and I may have to get a little more white. Maybe this will work. And this is a brush that's not a good brush. It's a brush that's just kind of gotten, it's not good for really painting, but it's really good for stuff like this, for scrubbing in, stuff like that. Get some of that paint off. I'll pick up a little more white and see if I can't, because I don't want to lose this highlight edge. I'm just trying to blend. All right, let's try putting in some more salmon. And that's going to go a little bit better. I just didn't want it to be so much. There we go. Hey, Janelle, how are you? School carnival, cakewalk games, candied apples. Oh, yes. I tell you, I think our kids are just they're missing out, and I hate that. And it's not their fault. But it's just the world we live in, and it's just kind of sad. All right, y'all, I'm trying to really blend these petals and get a neat effect going here. Make sure y'all can see okay. And then we're going to go back and add some shadow effect. I kind of got 3 different brushes going on in my hands here to do the layering and to get the effect that I'm shooting for. Blending, blending. So I'm going to pick up a little more white. Add that in. We'll scrub that toward the center. Got a little overage right there. That's okay. I'll clean that up. Let me see if I can get y'all a little bit closer to this particular flower so y'all can really see what I'm doing here. Bring it in kind of slow so it don't make you seasick or anything. And maybe that'll help y'all be able to tell what's going on. So I'm going to clean up some of this right through here. And I'm trying to ease it in and not overdo. Sometimes I put too much and then I've got a little more difficulty in getting things to blend well. And I'm just going to kind of scrub it through right through there. Just kind of soften that. Get a little more salmon in there. And scrub that. See if I can't get that line to settle and just not be so stark. There we go. Much, much better. See that? Okay. I'm thinking. Pick up some more salmon. We'll do this petal. I'm trying to work from the outside in. And then I need to pick up a little more white. And we're going to scrub that and get a good blend. Helps me to look at the screen too, to kind of see how it looks from your vantage point. There we go. You know, Labor Day will be here before we blink. Man, this year has absolutely flown by. Like, I want to kind of highlight this a little more through here. Right on the edge. I'm going to pull that paint on in. Try doing it this way because it's not quite doing just exactly as I want. It was like too diminished, I think. I wanted it to be a little more bright right through there. Y'all, my daughter only has this week of maternity leave yet left, which means my new baby is almost 12 weeks old. I just can't even believe it. It really went fast. And she was born in May, so get a little bit of water on this and see if that won't help some of this a little bit. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Now, much better. Sometimes I struggle with the paint. It kind of fights me on occasion, I think. I probably don't exactly. I'm so excited about these detail brushes because I think a lot of my problems, I don't quite have the right brush to satisfy me. The bristles are not doing what I'm wanting them to do. So I'm excited. They should be here Tuesday. Oops, sorry about that. And I'm really excited to try those. I'm hoping that's going to solve a lot of issues for me. Now, this kind of got white through here, and there's white in the background. So I will go back in behind that and add a little shadow to help that pop off the surface a little bit. Here we go. All right, get my white. I'm going to pull that in. I'll pick up some salmon. Lay that in, and we're going to blend it together. My goodness, I keep hitting the camera. I'm so sorry. I've got it that close that it's right here at my hands. But I want y'all to be able to see what we're doing. Hey, Rena, if y'all took some pictures of your service today with the mountains and stuff, share those in our Create and Share. I would love to see that. I bet it was just gorgeous. I need to get a little bit of water on here. Need my brush off. Hey, Chris, how are you? I'm so glad to see you. Okay, Rena says for fall deco, she loves all the harvest of apples, pumpkins, anything natural. Leaves, of course, birds on fall foliage. That sounds beautiful. I love those ideas. Love them. Right through there, my brush, I just, let's see, I need this one. Yeah, get a little more white to correct that where it got a little crazy on me. Y'all, a while ago, I have been cleaning out closets like crazy. And I came across some old, bills and bank statements and all that from back in 2000. So I went up to my dad's, and he's got a burning barrel because, we live out in the country. And he's working on an old stump that he's trying to get burned down. And so I went up there and I burned a bunch of those kinds of documents. And I was a mess. It was hot outside, but then I had all that smoke and ash on me. So I had to come home and get a shower before I could come live. Ooh, I like how that blended. All right, let's get some more. I think my paint's getting a little thick, drying out on me too. Add a little more water in there. All right, let me get a little more white and get it thinned down as well. Hi, Rhonda. How are you, my friend? Oh, that's awesome. Yes, I would love to see. Oh, Chris is good. She's been struggling with it. Oh, girl. Oh, no. I don't like smoke. Mm-mm. And I had that ash where it was going up in the air, and, as things burn, it was so hot. I think I got a little heat burn on my leg, to be honest. But it doesn't hurt or anything. It's just a place that's red looking, just from being so close to the heat in that barrel. But switching back and forth between my salmon brush and my white brush, trying to get a good blend. Okay, now I'm going to work on this petal, lay in my salmon. I wonder if I've got a little bit better round brush. Surely I do. Let me try that one. The bristles are not doing what I want them to. Let me try this one, see if this will help me a little bit better. I've just got some brushes that just need to be retired. I really need to go through and clean them out. All right, I'm going to lay in my salmon right here. I'll go back and pick up some more white and round it out and blend it. Like so. Just doing a little bit of touch up because I really like that strong color toward the base, and that's what I'm going for, because then I'm going to add in shadow with some brown. I think part of it too is I haven't worked on this in a little while, so I got to find my groove with it. So today we are renovating our sanctuary, and I'm wanting to do a workshop very soon. Here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to add a little more salmon back into this petal, and it's going to involve stained glass windows, y'all. I have it in my mind what we're going to do. And so I took some pictures because we have a ton of stained glass windows in our church. Our church is very old, and it's really, the architecture and stuff in it is just gorgeous. But it's needing to be updated, and they've got a very good plan to update it and not lose the elements that just make it so gorgeous. And after we had our praise team rehearsal, I kind of snuck in there and just took some pictures of the stained glass windows that I want to be sure and reference in my workshop. I'm excited about that too. Lots of good things going on. Lots of good things. You're on a burn ban? Oh, really? Wow. Wow. Um, we had a storm last night, thunder, lightning, and all that. Um, Baxter, I had Baxter and Cricket were both in my lap, and poor little Baxter, he was just trembling. And I mean, he's about 24 pounds, so he's not like a tiny little thing. But yeah. So, but my dad has a burning barrel, and we just kind of stay with it and make sure it doesn't get out of control as he works on that stump. Rhonda, do you live in city limits or um, kind of what kind of neighborhood do you have? Is it country, rural? Curious. Curious. No, it seems like I keep going over the same thing, but I can't seem to get the effect that I'm trying to achieve, and so I just keep messing with it till I get there. May just have to move on. Come back to it. Get a little more water in here. That might help. Let me try just a little bit of water on my brush and see if that doesn't kind of, always like to use the water. I think that's what I'm missing. Okay. Okay. Get this right through here. I need a little bit more on this petal. So you guys, a workshop? Well, I'm going to do it online, Chris. Remind me, Chris, where do you live? You say I'm not that far, and I can't remember. I'm sure you've told me, and I'm just drawing a blank because I'm that age. I am that age. I hate to admit it, but it's so true. So, have y'all tried to paint some flowers or anything? I know we're heading into, but I was watching another creative the other day that talked about sunflowers are very much still in for fall. So, we might need to do some sunflowers. So, yeah, Chris, I was talking about, hey, Chassida. Oh, you're in Knoxville. So, Knoxville's probably about 6 hours from me. Um, but we'll do an online workshop. And it will be a stained glass window kind of thing, is what I have in mind. Chastita, I just want you to know you got some goods I would love to buy, but I don't think I need to be buying anything until after I move. But I am keeping my eye open, girl, because you have an eye for vintage. Y'all, Chastita is the bomb when it comes to vintage stuff. She had some very cool stuff on her sale tonight. She has a sale every Sunday night. And she she is amazing at some of the stuff she comes up with. And it made me think I've got some stuff here that I would love to know what you think it's worth. Y'all, I came across in some of my cleaning out some really old books that were from the early 1900s, and I think there was one even from the 1800s. Um, Pretty cool. That paddle's got just a little too much white. I want to tone that down. Get some more water going. Y'all should check out Chastita. She's just a dear friend, and she's just talented with her eye for all things vintage. Now, Chris, you have a business page. I can think I've asked you that before. Oh, girl, me too. I want to too. And I'm kind of thinking if we do a workshop, I may try to do it as a Zoom so that we can talk. Yes. Oh, how funny. Oh, girl. Oh, my goodness. So funny. We're getting there with this little flower, aren't we? Slowly but surely. It's a process. You just gotta have patience. We may only get this one done tonight. And I've got to keep working on it. I gotta get some stuff done, y'all. I've had so many special things coming up that's pulled me from it. And I'm like, okay, we're getting back to the stuff that I need to be doing here. I cannot wait to see my new place either, girl. I am missing a ton of conversation. Okay, Chris, tell me, put your link in here and let people know what you do, uh, and kind of a little bit about what it is. Okay, unless your page name is very obvious. Okay, I'm trying to see what I missed. Oh, so y'all, okay, wait a minute. Yes, Chastity, you need to come see me, girl. We need to we need to meet up. Um, let's see, what was I going to say? So my daughter, I was telling y'all, she went by my house today, and I don't know what to expect. If since they've got windows and doors in, I was thinking it was like going to be a very long time before any of that happened. But I might have to call my agent tomorrow and said, so what does this mean now? So yeah, Chris, drop your link in here, girl. Getting all my little highlights in here. Pick up some water for blending. I may need to go back and put in some shadow. Oh, and I'll say this about the workshop. It'll be a one-day workshop, and it will be affordable. It will be very affordable. Okay. Bev, I've not seen you in forever. I mean, I kind of catch you in my news feed. You kind of fly by, and girl, I have been kind of watching you, and I've wondered about you. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Bev. Drop your business link in here. Chris is going to do hers. Um, Chasida is here. She's got her business link. So feel free to drop your business link in here too, girl. I'm glad to see you. You're a sweet, sweet lady, and I just appreciate you being here. Trying to get the blending. There we go. Okay, I'm going to work on some shadow now because I think that will help my flower. Help my flower come on along. So let me clean my brushes real quick. And we're going to lay this shadow in. Chris, did you drop in your link, girl? Please do that. Get all these cleaned off. Y'all, it helps so much to have a little jar of dishwashing soap water right here to clean my brushes. That has been a game changer for me. All right, I'm going to thin down my brown. I'll let y'all watch me thin it down so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's not watery, but it's just thinner than it was. Get a good point. Get some of this excess off. Okay, so I'm going to go right in through here, and I've tried to lay in some shadow, but I'm going to try to improve it. I wasn't real thrilled with how it was laying. And then I'm going to use a dry brush again because I'm going to try, I'm trying a couple of things to get what I want. So I'm going to use a salmon brush to come along with it to kind of thin that line down and to blend it. Okay. There we go. Much, much better. Love it. Love it. And I want to put a shadow under these yellow petals. Because that flower is casting a shadow. There we go. What do you think? We'll make sure I'm not missing any comments. So I've got two different brushes going here. I've got a brown and a salmon. And I got a little deeper area through here. Let me pick up. I have to thin down my salmon color again because it just dries. Just dries up a little bit. But we want a hard shadow line right up against the petal, but then it just fades out as we move out. Okay. Right through here, it needs to be a little stronger with the salmon. So it gives it a nice crisp effect. We're getting there. Chris, you make junk journals. You do mixed media and upcycle from things you have or found. Okay. Oh, I remember now. You are so welcome, girl. You are so welcome. I remember seeing that bookends. I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm trying to make all the associations. And I feel like I need a little bit more white. Whoops. Y'all, I'm going to paint all over my webcam. Right through here. I'm going to just highlight this a little bit. There we go. Where else? I feel like I need some right through here because when we were adding in the shadow, it got a little muted. So we'll just do this right here. We'll make it a little bit different shape because that yellow flower is casting shadow. So now I'm going to just blend this. There we go. I need a little bit of a brown line right here. There we go, just to define that. We're getting there. Look how doing that shadow really helps that to really pop, gives it some life. And like I said before, with this color, I mean, black and grays are usually my go-to colors for shadow, but with the salmon color, the brown was just a better fit. I got something on the end of my brush. Hang on. See if I can't get it off. I'm not sure, but it's creating a little bit of an issue with some of my detail. Hopefully I got it off. Okay. Much better. I don't know what was on there. Having to add a little more water to my salmon color again. It just, because it's gets kind of thin on the palette, it just dries up quickly. So I'm just trying to do a little bit of blending here just so it's not so harsh. It's looking good, I think. I think. I need to just kind of define this through here just a little bit more. I want to maintain this shape through here too. Okay. I need a little bit more salmon, like right through here, I think. There we go. That feels better. And I need to repair some of this white where the other color just kind of got ahead of itself. Easy enough to fix. And then I want to go down through here and kind of soften this brown. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit sharper brown line right through here. And part of the secret is to keep the pressure very light so that the bristles don't fan out. And that's sometimes easier said than done, especially when the bristles get full of paint. And sometimes you just got to stop and clean your brushes and kind of get them rejuvenated. But I think it's looking good. Oh, thank you, Bev. And there she is, Designs and Threads. Yes, thank you so much, girl. We all got to help each other, don't we? That's what it's all about. Y'all, Chassida said earlier she's hit 22,000. I am so excited for her. That is so amazing. Chassida, if you're still on here, I'm so proud of you, my friend. So very proud of you. We just got to cheer each other. All right, let me add a little bit of brown right through here. I need to check my time. We've been on here about an hour, haven't we? Getting very close to it. So that's all we're going to do is about an hour's worth because I don't think I can sit here much longer. Just because y'all, I don't know about y'all, but if I sit in one spot for very long, I get very stiff and it's like, oh, I got to move. I've got to get some planning done for tomorrow too. Some prep work for some stuff for work. So, because I'm not yet retired, I'm still a working woman. Blend these out. Here we go. I think it's coming along. Oh, Chris says you spread the blessing, but something's been wrong with your page. Okay, that's okay. And it's on your but it did with Chris, Connie, and Beth too, but then it was okay. Well, my goodness. Huh. Rena, I think you're a mess, what I think. Well, Chris, I don't know. Huh. I don't know, girl. You might ask the question in the creatives community, and somebody may have some insight or been through that and have some ideas for you. Because I'm vintage like Rena, I struggle with the tech stuff, so I'm not a good one to ask. Oh my goodness. Rena saying Rena, do you mind sharing how old you are? I bet you're younger than me, Missy. I bet you are. Okay, I'm getting there with the shadows. Some of them are from before and they're just wider and I wasn't happy with them, so I'm trying to improve them and it just takes a little bit of doing. And then when the bristles get kind of cantankerous with wanting to have their way, and I have to teach them who's boss, who the real boss is. And then they want to say, "You're not the boss of me." Y'all, my daughter was sharing with me today that their 3-year-old's giving them a run for the money on the sassiness. Whew. You know, she's at that age, 3, that she's got to test her boundaries, which is that's not a very fun part of parenting. I couldn't help but think of some of the shenanigans she and her brother pulled with me, and I thought, yeah, it feels a little bit different on this side of the street, doesn't it? I'm going to clean my brush while I am blending some of these lines. 64. Well, you're a little bit older than me, but still, you're not that much older than me. I hope I didn't get paint on the lens just then. I'm dangerous when it comes to um, paint and having all the stuff up close and personal. So last Sunday, because our sanctuary is going through a renovation, we're having our services in our gym. And so they've worked very hard to get things set up so that we have a really good set up for worship and all. So I typically play a baby grand. Well, hey Sonia, how are you, my friend? I'm glad you're here. So typically I play a baby grand, and so being over in the gym, I can't play the baby grand. So they've got me a keyboard, and then the other lady who plays keys beside me, we have played together for a long time. Anyway, she plays a keyboard, but I try to play a different sound. Um, so that it's not just us playing the same thing together, just to kind of give some variety. But anyway, last week was the first service in the gym, and it was the first time I had played this keyboard, and it's an older style keyboard. And so we're in the service. We had rehearsal. Everything seemed to go fine. And then we're in the service. And as I'm turning the page of the music, apparently I was hitting the knob that was changing the sounds. And all of a sudden I had different sounds coming out of the keyboard. I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to? And all this is going on in my brain. And so I just had to stop playing at one point and actually turn off the keyboard. It's only got about 600 sounds on it. So when I would, this is the only thing I think of. I was accidentally hitting that button that changes the sounds. And so I went from like sound number 5 to 472 or something like that. And I'm like, oh no. And all of a sudden, this weird, harpsichord sound starts coming out. I'm like, oh, oh, it was, but it's gotten better. Today was not as bad. But I told my worship leader, I said, I'm sorry, but there was very strange things happening over there on the keys. And you just gotta laugh at yourself. That's about all you can do sometimes. But boy, I was having a conniption. It was not much fun right there at that moment. But I was told later nobody noticed. And I'm like, well, does that mean they just had my sound totally turned off? Oh, so funny. You just gotta laugh. I'm about to get these shadows in for these petals. Let's see. Yeah, making sure I picked up the correct color. And it's just where I try to blend them. Sometimes I overblend. Imagine that. And lose some of the integrity. Oh, there's socks of my petal shadow. So I'm just trying to lay that back in. Sonia, are you feeling a lot better, dear? I know that you've been under the weather. Oh, oh, that's so funny. Oh, oh, wow. Yes. My husband, when I was married, was a worship leader. We were in the ministry, and he was not very gracious with me. And I mean, I do a decent job. I'm not perfect, but um, I, it sounds like Sonia, you have a really good situation there with your husband being the worship leader. It sounds like he was kind. Mine would be very critical if I didn't do things exactly right. I'm just me. But anyway, he's not in my life anymore. But yeah, that was hard. All right, coming down to the wire here on these center petals. And I probably need to add, see, this dark spot is the absolute center, but I need to expand it and define it just a little bit more because I don't want there to be just a dark blob there. So I'm adding a few more little dark elements here, and then I'm going to enhance that a little bit. This flower is not done by any means, but it's much closer than it was. So now I'm going to go back and add some salmon to it because I don't want it all totally. Little brush is dried out on me. Oh, excellent worship leader. Very patient. Oh, girl, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can understand. I can. I have played the piano for church literally since I was in the fifth grade. You're so challenged in all of this. Thank goodness Rusty knows computers, or you'd be in a mess. You'll be 52 tomorrow. Oh, girl. Oh, wow. Chris, girl, I'm so sorry. That right there, and you too, Sonia, just goes to show that we never know what people are going through and how much um, our lives can affect others. But yes, happy birthday. You're right, Sonia. You're not that far behind me, Chris. I am 55. I will be 56 this year. I don't mind sharing. I will be 56. It's hard to believe. Goes by fast, doesn't it? So, Chris, are you doing okay now? I hope so, girl. Life is very hard. But let me tell you something. Life is very hard, and the enemy would love nothing more than for us to give up. But he has a plan in all of these things. And yes, Sonia, girl. Yes, yes. He has a plan for you. And he was not surprised by the difficulties that encountered either one of you ladies. And all of this is about so much more than what is right in front of us. It really is all about the kingdom. And when we look through that lens, it puts a whole new perspective on things. It's still hard. There is no doubt, y'all. After everything I went through with my ex husband and been divorced, I've been divorced 7 years now. And God, through all the things that He's doing in my life, really settled on my heart that 7 is His number of perfection and it is the year of Jubilee. And the things that He is accomplishing in my life right now are nothing short of just simply Him. I cannot take any glory for my own. It is absolutely Him. And just take it one day at a time. Find ways to be good to yourselves. And Sonia, you're pretty far down the road as well. But God has a plan and a purpose. And it's hard going through it. But you just got to keep on keeping on, clinging to Christ. Well, y'all, we've been on here just a little over an hour. Let me flip this back to where I am up close and personal again. I'm going to keep working on this thing. I'm going to get it done. I am going to get it done. Yes, Sonia girl. Oh, yes. Yes. I tell you what, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to end with a just a short word of prayer tonight, just to encourage you, ladies. I want to pray for you, and I don't know if Rena is still on here. Um, yes, Amen. I just want to pray for y'all real quick. Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this opportunity to come and touch other women through art, and I just praise your holy name for giving me that ability and that insight to create things that bring glory to your name and that draw people to you. And Father, I just want to lift a special prayer on behalf of Sonia and Chris and the challenges that just permeate against them. And Father, I pray that tonight and tomorrow that they may sense your presence in their lives as never before. And Father, I ask you to do such a mighty work. Help them to see your plan for their lives. And I just pray, Lord, that through these struggles and these challenges that are in their lives, they may know that you are there, that you are not surprised, you are in control, and you have them in your grip. And I'm just going to thank you right now for what you're going to accomplish in their lives. And Lord, for my friend Rena, if she's still here, I pray that you'll help her tomorrow as she works and just give her rest tonight. For each of the ladies that have been on here tonight, Bev, Chastita, and I'm afraid I'm going to leave someone out. And then there's the ladies who will watch this replay. And Lord, I just pray that whatever has been said or written will be just an encouragement to each of them. May this page be to your glory and your honor, for you alone are worthy of our praise. It's in your holy name I pray. Amen. Oh, I love my Father. thank you, Sonia. Yes, I appreciate you too. Yes, ma'am, Sonia, my sister in Christ. Oh, Bev is still here and Rena's still here. I didn't know if y'all were still here, but I hope that you've been blessed. I hope you've been blessed. So, you guys, if you don't hear from anyone else tonight, I love you. And thank you for being my friends. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. And I just pray that tonight you'll receive rest and have a wonderful day tomorrow and a wonderful week. And I will be talking to you very soon. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you later. Okay. All right. Good night. Bye.